Hi everyone, so this is VEDA number 8. I can't believe I've gone 8 days of doing it. I didn't think I was going to end up being able to do one last night. I don't like to do the videos when my husband is home. I don't know, I feel kind of silly. And so I try to do it while he's at work, which is hard on the weekends. But he sleeps in, so I just do it while he's sleeping. And then last night I didn't get around to doing it, and then he went out for a little bit, and so I just made a really quick one while he wasn't in the room. But anyway, so yesterday I started spotting at like, what time was it? I don't know. It was in between like 5 and 7, somewhere in there. And I only had a couple hours of that, and then it started with full flow, which is what's normal for me, really. I don't really get spotting. You know, if I do, it's only for an hour, 2, 3 hours, something like that. And so, yeah, and then last night, I checked again at like 9 or 10, and it was full flow. And so, I wasn't sure if I should count yesterday as cycle day 1 or today as cycle day 1. But last cycle, I was trying to figure that out as well, since last cycle was my first cycle charting. And so last cycle, let's see, it was all later, like I didn't go into full flow until I was sleeping, so I had decided that the second day of bleeding would be considered cycle day 1. So I figure, you know, I might as well just stick with that and count today as cycle day 1 instead of yesterday. I talked to people on one of my Facebook groups, TTC Facebook groups, and they had said they had mixed reviews as well, which is normal, you know. So I think it's just, you know, whatever works for you and what you usually chart at. So, you know, I think that because I charted with my second day of bleeding being cycle day 1, that I should stick with that this cycle, and I'll probably still ovulate on cycle day 13. But that also makes it, I mean, I had technically a 26-day cycle, and that's really short. I don't remember much before I was on Mirena, because I was on that for over 3 years. So, and before that I was pregnant with my daughter for a year, and then I tried different birth controls after I finished breastfeeding my son, and I didn't use Mirena. And so it's been, you know, over 5 years since I've had a regular period without any medicine or just, you know, getting over pregnancy or, you know, that kind of thing, where my body's just been back to normal. And so I've been trying to think back to how my periods were before, and it's hard. But I think that it's right, because I remember thinking I was one of the lucky ones who got the short periods, and then it turned into long periods once I started my birth control. And so I'm back to the short but heavy period. Anyway, okay, go play, please. I will be right out, okay? Then you need to be quiet, okay? What, Hannah?
You want to go. You mean wet.
Yep. Okay. I'll be right out, okay? Go find some clothes. Go get dressed so we can go buy. Okay? We need to go to the store.
I want red.
You want red?
Yeah.
Well, then go find a red shirt.
Get me blue.
Then find blue.
Get me blue.
Okay,
shirt.
then Gabriel can find a blue shirt. That's fine.
I need red shirt.
Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. Oh, what was I saying? Well, I was talking about it flow. Anyway, so yeah, like I just decided that today would be cycle day 1. You know, for charting reasons and whatnot. So anyway, let's see.
Mommy,
Last night just go find some clothes, okay? I'll be right there. Last night, I made pot pie for dinner, and usually I make a makeshift pot pie. My son has food allergies to milk, eggs, tree nuts, and peanuts, so a lot of what I do is from scratch. And so I try to find like the easy ways to do it. Since a lot of what I do I have to spend time, which, you know, a lot of moms do that, but a lot of moms also can, you know, revert back to mac and cheese for dinner, or, you know, something as simple as, I don't know, there's all sorts of things that we don't eat in this house because of my son's food allergies. And so, you know, like I said, mac and cheese is one of the main ones because that's cheese and he's allergic to milk. So he's never had that. I've never made that for either of my kids, and I never will. He can't have corn dogs. Anyway, so the easy stuff is out. So last night I made a pot pie, and the way that I do it is I buy the ready-made pie crust. That's easy. You don't got to make it yourself. And I bought some beef that is made for stew, so it's already in like chunks, and then I just cut it in half, sometimes 3 or 4 times, depending on how big they are, because they're always different sizes. And then I cut up some onion and I cook those together, and then I cut up 2 potatoes, and I peel them and I put them in the microwave in some water, and I cook it, and I stick that into a bowl. And then I have a pound, actually the ones that I have right now, because they're from Fred Meyer, are 12 ounces instead of 16. Gabriel, please go get dressed. And so, well, those are your clothes from yesterday. He's been wearing the same clothes every day because he will not change. And, you know, I pick my battles, but, you know, I try to take pictures with my kids and stuff, and it's like, okay, well, he's been in that for 2-3 days now, and it's a little obvious. Anyway, but he loves his OSU, Oregon State University. Anyway, so I put the potatoes, the frozen veggies, the onions and beef cooked. What else? The beef, the onions, the frozen veggies, the potatoes, and then a can of gravy, which, because my son is allergic, we use turkey gravy because the beef gravy he can't have. And so I used a can of turkey gravy and put that in there. And if you want to, you can put like flour in there to thicken it up, which I probably should have done, either that or let it sit longer. But anyway, so I just mix that up and stick it in the pie on top of the crust, and then I put more crust on top, and then stick it in the oven at 425 for an hour, and then you've got a delicious pot pie. Now, it does take an hour to cook, but it doesn't take that long to prepare. So, you know, if you're planning on eating at 6 or 7, you put it in at 5 or 6, you know. So, yeah, so that's easy and delicious, and we love pot pie, and I love to make pot pie, and so usually I just use Bisquick and do most all of that, and then just put some Bisquick on top, and tastes similar. Not as good, but similar. And yeah, so there is one of my recipes. If you'd like to hear more, I have so many recipes. You know, I have a great chili recipe that people always want me to make, and I think it's delicious, and it's easy. It tastes like it's been sitting all day in the crock pot, and really it takes you 30 minutes to make, and so it's really good. So if you want any recipes, vegan cakes, I make a lot of vegan type things. A lot of time I add meat because it's vegan, because of the no eggs and milk, and I'm allergic. Anyway, so yeah, if you want any suggestions or recipes or anything like that, let me know, and I will do that for a future VEDA. And yeah, so I am hoping to make this a good cycle. I'm going to do what I can, and baby dust to all you TTCers, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.